Lookman and Atalanta. Personally, I'm beginning to feel like it's a romance gone wrong because it's becoming, there's the pattern is becoming obvious. We saw the same thing with Osimhen for past few seasons, where after helping Napoli get the Scudetto after 3 years, eventually turned on him, and now Lookman single-handedly helping Atalanta gain European glory by giving them the European Cup and watching the coach turn on him. Now that begs to ask the question: are Italian sides what exactly do Italian sides have against African players? Because it can't be a coincidence. We have other players making the same mistakes and throwing away penalties, but when it comes to an African player doing the same thing, it becomes, the way they react and go about it is really unprofessional, and I personally find that very insulting.
First of all, we've seen this happen to Victor Osimhen, and we were actually overlooking this, and it seems they have a particular thing for African players, maybe our stars, because Osimhen obviously is our star boy, and Lookman currently is the African Player of the Year. So there's something coaches said that rang into my head, that most players should go there and just play their football, because most times if you want to go there and become a star man, they'll want to bring you down. And I think racism is one of the things in play, because see what happened to Victor Osimhen. It's a racist chant, something like that. And also to Ademola Lookman, that comment alone can kill a player's career. Judging from where this guy is coming from, Fulham, because it's similar thing that happened to him when he was in Fulham. As a coach, you're not supposed to come out and say that. This is your player. I mean, you're not supposed to. In fact, as a coach, you're supposed to shield your player. That's why I like the likes of Carlo Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola.
Mikel Arteta.
They were, even as bad as Jackson is, or as let me just use the word bad, because Jackson missed so many chances. Maresca will come in and say, "Is the team." He will fault the team. He will not give the responsibility to the player and say he was bad. No, but this guy just came in and that means there is something wrong with him. Something has been going on behind the scene. That is why he just came in and started blasting.
Yeah, and
for me, it's a very, very bad comment to speak bad of a player that gave you your first glory.
As in, like, I agree with you when you say that. The coach has a personal issue with Lookman. Like, maybe the coach actually even dislike Lookman, because, come on, you are saying that he's the worst penalty player I've ever seen. Number one, it's wrong for you to say that, because that is your player. We have seen times when
Ebuka, did the coach say? Did he say such? That is a worst penalty taker.
Yes, the coach said, quote him, you can quote him.
He said Ademola Lookman is one of the worst penalty takers I have
ever seen.
He wanted to take the penalty after scoring a goal. That means he was not even...
Then apart from that, he now said he's supposed to leave it to the penalty taker. The penalty taker asked Lookman to take it.
Penalty.
Or leave it to Rategi. Please. Rategi just came to Atalanta this season. He played 4 penalties for Atalanta and lost 2. Lookman so far has played 5 penalties. This is the first one he's losing.
That's fact.
That's fact. Rategi, this is his first season in Atalanta, has lost 2 penalties in 4. The penalty taker maybe was not feeling confident. Asked Lookman to play it. And Lookman played it and he missed. Who know they missed penalty for this life, I beg?
What matters to me is, the atmosphere. There was an atmosphere of comprehension there within the players. Lookman going to take the penalty and all the other players accepting. Nobody is going for the ball means they all agreed for him to take the penalty, which is normal.
What's that the problem? Because and see, you have seen times when coaches say Arteta, Arsenal players will play rubbish. Arteta will blame the ball, that to blame his players. Instead, he will now go to the dressing room or in training and drill his boys. You understand? Number one, to even drill Lookman is not even supposed to be in. He's not even supposed to drill. Even if he's dribbling on players, he's not even supposed to dribble Lookman because Lookman came in the second half, 46 minutes he scored. Your only hope of coming back to that game is because of Lookman. Number one, your tactics and your selection to start the game failed you. You were losing 3-0 at home in the first half.
Both first leg and second leg.
You lost the first leg that Lookman did not play. The second leg, you came to your home, you were losing 3-0. You cannot blame your nonsense tactics. Sorry for using that word. You cannot blame your tactics. You can't blame.
Tactics is nonsense.
No, I don't want to be insultive, but it's so annoying. Like you had a player that got sent off for dissent. He went to attack a player. You can't talk about that player because what? Why? That's what people will say it's because of racism, because the guy is Italian and you are an Italian. And Gasperini, man will not remind you, say, for 30 years as a coach, you don't win anything because until Lookman come. Until you had Lookman, you don't know what a glass cup was.
They were playing beautiful football.
Which beautiful football?
Where was it?
I'm not winning titles.
Everybody's actually.
No, not forget.
Everybody's actually
even this Gasperini because
of Lookman.
Because we don't want to talk about Gasperini in just 5 games as an Inter manager taking over Inter immediately after they won the Champions League 2011. 2011 season.
After Mourinho.
After Mourinho lost his 5 straight games with a Champions League winning side, losing to it was against one Turkish team, Trabzonspor. Oh no. Now Inter cut and short, sack him. How bad he was as a manager, and nobody criticized you like that. Then you came out and then you came and be attacking the young man like that.
But there's something. You know, I keep asking myself this question on coaches. It's like a hen, after delivering its chicks, you know, what she does is to protect them. You know, she will shield them with the feathers and that's the same thing that has to happen to football. You don't expose your player outside.
Yes.
You defend your player in front of the public, and when you get back to the dressing room or in the training camp, you hit the player. There, the player will understand you're having a tete-a-tete with him. But exposing your player like Gasperini did with Lookman, I for one, I felt it very, very bad. It's a sad situation. But we should also understand something, that he can be called a coach, but socially, he's not socially oriented. It means how to deal with the outside world.
I disagree with that.
No, I'm coming. You might disagree with it.
No.
You might disagree with it. You might disagree with it. Let me land. Let me land. I'm not defending gas. What is gas? Whatever. What I'm saying
since 1994, right? He started with the Juventus youth team, and he has coached Crotone, Genoa, Inter Milan, Palermo, had a second stint at Genoa, and then Atalanta. So you can't tell me with this number of years, over 30 years of coaching, you tell me he has a problem with social skills. I don't understand. He interfaces with the media
over 30 years.
Like I'll tell you people, see, forget about the number of years made. The circuit is so broad that
there was the influence of the years.
Do you know why the Premier League it's more pronounced? It's because of the media, how you socialize yourself, how you can speak, how you can accept interviews, how you can roll in interviews.
So they don't do interviews in Italy.
It's limited. And now let me tell you something. I'll tell you something. In coaches who've been to certain coaching courses, right? They'll teach you ethics. You understand? It all boils down to how you meet one-on-one, how you talk publicly. You understand? It's all a broad something. But now, you understand? Some people might decide to take. Some people might decide not to take. Not be all PQ go school they go through the picking. You get me? So that one and I own aspect where they try to with me at the struggle to see.
Okay, trying to make an
you understand? At the struggle to see, because like I will tell you, you coming out to tell your player that this player now the worst penalty take I ever take. Now that same player go play you match tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. You get me? Now that same player go give you 3 points where he be needed. Like the case of Lookman.
So coach with that can common sense not just tell him.
You don't get common sense. I go somewhere.
Before you go somewhere, with what you've said now, why that is even flawed already is because look here, the same Rategi missed the penalty.
Yeah, I cannot say
and
it's the worst
he
penalty.
made an excuse for Rategi.
Thank
right? For missing the penalty.
I'm coming there.
But when it came to Lookman, your best player, your most reliable player.
That's where I'm coming to. That's where I'm coming to. Now, we could not forget saying that Idlu they talk about now.
And so let's call it what it is now.
We don't get too many of these situations in Italy. You understand? So I don't know whether we would like to give the Italian league an advice.
Maybe no, instead I'll just give African players an advice to stay away.
No, they cannot. No, they cannot.
Or if don't go there and say want to be a star.
If they stay away, they'll be doing the same thing these coaches are doing now.
No, stay away.
Stay away. Stay away means because they can't stay away. Coach, it's football. It's round.
You can't say go to a club. Don't try to be a star. That is your job. You try to be good at your job. No, so you can't stop
stay
it.
away.
No, but on the other hand, it boils down to this question. Now, who make the coach to become a star? The players. You get me? For a coach to become a star boy, Mourinho became the special one, the invisible or whatever, because of the players. DJ Drogba, Frank Lampard, Terry, John Terry. They made him. You understand? In Porto, the likes of the Deco and the rest, they made him. So you don't expect a coach to become, a star man with no players. If you are a coach and you don't have a team, you end up not being. Mourinho said it in one of the Ballon d'Or that he said that only him and Capello don't have a club. Because he wants to be heard. He wants to be seen. You understand? So, if you this coach, what they call you, gas whatever, on a Gazprom, on a gas whatever, gaslighter, whatever your name is. If you go out and decide to badmouth yourself, that you're talking, you're badmouthing a Lookman that is the worst penalty taker. It means you don't know what you're doing. See, you don't know what you're doing.
Everybody's supporting Atalanta now because of
Lookman. That's
how everyone's supporting.
He has developed a big fan base in Africa.
Everybody's especially in Africa, they supported Napoli because of Osimhen.
Who knew Atlanta?
People are supporting Atlanta because of Lookman, and you just come out. First of all, I think this is coming from during the summer, Lookman was rumored to many other clubs.
Yeah.
Maybe Lookman was not part of his plan for this season, and then.
Petue win Europa League. No, go they say your plan.
No. The club actually had an arrangement.
Lookman is leaving. So it was supposed to leave at this summer.
Maybe he doesn't want him, probably because. Let's check. If you go to that,
thinking of what you're saying right now, I'm beginning to maybe. They don't want. They want to kind of upset him or I don't know, maybe reduce, frustrate him.
Yes.
And
No. Let's get to his point. Finish. Let's get to your point.
Judging from Lookman's comment, right, based on everything that has been going on, he said he has been giving his best, and a lot has been happening. That he has been quiet about.
Yes, from his speech. Yeah,
something is going on in that team that he has been quiet about. Probably the man doesn't want, because I'm happy because this thing is not affecting his game. He has been the star boy on pitch. He has been delivering. Okay, let's check for the past 7 matches that Atalanta, before they were top of the table, the Serie A table. But
when Lookman got injury, they are third. They are third.
You know how Napoli froze out Osimhen, right? And crashing his value.
Yes.
I think that's what they want to do with Lookman as well.
But I won't say Atalanta because right now the club has not done anything.
Yeah, no, the club seems to have a different opinion.
And I where I will get it wrong with the club, maybe if the club don't actually intervene and call this man into order, that is when I will start feeling that the club also has a hand in this.
But do you think?
So far, so good. The club have not done anything.
And then the fans are pushing
for the coach to publicly come out and apologize.
This issue is an issue of coach badmouthing. You get me? It's not an issue of the club. The coach came out to speak. You understand? Badmouthing on Lookman, that Lookman is a worst penalty taker. You get me? After scoring, you understand? And trying to make the club, revive the club, revive the club in their defeat against their lead against Club Brugge. You understand? So if you tell me that the club, because Lookman's contract is going to end and that and that and that, I don't think that it has anything to do with. It has the coach. The coach is not. The coach is not in charge.
But coach,
we should call it that way.
This
coach. No. A coach who is in charge will not go out and say such.
Now let me ask you.
It simply tells me the coach is a small head coach.
Yes, coach. Let me ask you this question. Do you think?
Based on that comment, that's what he is.
Do you think between Lookman and the coach right now, because apparently there's chaos between Lookman
and there's already a dent in the relationship.
Do you think the club would take sides with Lookman?
Me thinking the club would take side to Lookman, and again as an Italian club, definitely the coach has to apologize to Lookman. But now as Italian, their team they always day. I don't know if you talk anything about that one. TA come out, but I know definitely the coach is an Italian. I don't know who is the owner of the CEO of Atalanta, but definitely he will side with the coach. Why will he side with the coach? Because Atalanta is no more in the Champions League. And why it's Atalanta not in Champions League? The coach will back up that they were leading 1-0. Failing to understand that Lookman is the one who scored that one goal. And then Lookman went and took the penalty. You understand? There's a whole lot of cacophony.
They were losing.
They were losing. No, they were one goal. They were one. They were one goal. You understand? The second half. It means they were
about to come back.
They were trying to make a comeback. You understand? I'm just trying to present an argument. I'm trying to present an argument. You understand?
Yeah.
But now, if I'm the club, owner, I'll look at the first leg. Lookman didn't play the first leg.
Yes.
And we lost.
You lost.
We came back in the second leg now. You understand? We were led 3-0. Lookman had to make his way in with the injury and score a goal and then caused the penalty again. Took the penalty to score the penalty. Just misfortune. It happens in football. Who never lose penalty for football?
Let me just say this. Finally, I love the fact that Lookman came out to speak. His comment is very mature.
Mature, yeah.
I love that fact, and then the support he has been getting from
international, for everybody in the whole world,
from Africa, from Europe, and everybody, and it's really massive. And I would just advise the coach he should just
come on, Lookman, we're with you.
Okay, so it's painful and it's annoying.
But
good thing is the Arsenal fans are already asking him to come over.
Please, Lookman, stay away from Arsenal.
And the funny thing is, Chelsea fans are also saying come over. So guys,
stay away from Chelsea.
Do you think based on what's going on right now, the strained relationship between Lookman and Gasperini, do you think the club is going to take sides with Lookman or they're going to stick with the coach? We want to know what you think in the comment section, and we also want to know what you think if Lookman is definitely is leaving Atalanta this summer. Where would you want to see him? Arsenal or Chelsea? Because those are two people that want him to come over.
But truly, Arsenal will be good for him.
Until then, the banter continues. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.
Football Banter.